Two Turkish soldiers were killed earlier Sunday, with the government blaming Kurdish militants for the roadside bomb. Tensions are mounting in Turkey after Ankara bombed Kurdistan Workers' Party camp, killing dozens, after President Erdogan announced a crackdown on the rebels seeking greater autonomy, stalling the current peace negotiations between the two sides. Meanwhile, Kurdish protesters continue to condemn the crackdown.
We condemn the terrorist Turkish government because it has betrayed the Kurds for years. We don't accept that action, and we want our rights of recognising the Kurdish identity, our language and our culture in Turkey. We are, as Kurds of Turkey, denouncing the Turkish bloody bombardment.
Hundreds of family, friends and supporters line up outside a Chicago suburban home Saturday for the funeral of Sandra Bland. The 28-year-old Black Lives Matter activist was found dead in a Texas jail cell last week after being arrested by traffic police and arrested for a failure to signal. Though the police initially claimed suicide, authorities said that her death is being investigated as a possible murder. Meanwhile, activists from across the country continue to gather in the city of Cleveland this weekend for a national conference meant to draw attention to police brutality and racism. The Movement for Black Lives event will close Sunday after 3 days of discussion. Israeli police invaded the Muslim holy mosque of Al-Aqsa in Jerusalem on Sunday, injuring more than 20 people. Police reportedly fired tear gas, beat guards and worshippers of the mosque, as Jewish settlers tried to enter one of Islam's holiest sites to commemorate a holiday. It follows earlier tensions sparked when Israeli settlers assaulted a Palestinian child on Saturday. Our correspondent Noor Harasim has more.
As the situation is calm and peaceful here in the Gaza Strip today, tension is escalating again for the second day in a row in the Palestinian-occupied holy city of Jerusalem. Tension started after the Israeli forces attacked Muslim worshippers inside Al-Aqsa Mosque to clear the way for over 100 right-wing Israelis to enter the mosque. The clashes started. Several Palestinians were arrested. Also, the Israeli side reported that at least 4 Israeli policemen were injured during the clashes between the Palestinian worshippers in the Al-Aqsa Mosque.
The Colombian government has announced that it will stop all airstrikes against FARC rebels beginning immediately. President Juan Manuel Santos made the announcement at a military ceremony in Cartagena, saying it was part of the government plan to de-escalate the conflict. The move is a response to the decision by FARC rebels to declare an unilateral ceasefire and boost the current peace talks between the two sides.
I have issued the order to stop, as of today, bombing raids against camps where there are members of that group. These types of bombings will only be done under the order of the President. This decision will be effective if FARC camps are far from cities, if they don't imply a threat for people or for the public forces.
Ecuadorian President Rafael Correa warned on Saturday that a national strike called by opposition groups is an attempt to destabilize the social government. Right-wing sectors have been mobilized in the country for the past month, angry over new taxes on the wealthy, including extraordinary gains and inheritance taxes, with a number of the protests turning violent. The coming strike is led by groups long opposed to Correa. European and IMF officials have announced that the next round of talks with Greece will be stalled due to logistical issues. Talks between Greece and the creditors to discuss Greece's an $89 billion bailout debt were scheduled to begin Monday. Greece has already met the creditors' demands, agreeing new austerity measures in return for further financial aid, causing deep divisions in the leftist party. Cuba is celebrating Saturday as it marks its Day of National Rebellion, commemorating one of the most important events in the Cuban Revolution. July 26 marks the day Fidel Castro and a small groups of rebels launched their campaign to remove the US-backed Batista dictatorship. At the main ceremony, Cuba's vice president referred to a new era of relations with the US, but demanded the end of the embargo and the return of the Guantanamo naval base.
Facts that have marked the course of history. Productions designed in the English language and made for the English-speaking world. This is Documentary. Watch it on telesur.net/English. Telesur, wherever the news, you'll be there.